老杨到处说，欢迎继续订阅转发我们的节目，点赞留言打赏。对我们的私房茶老酱香酒有兴趣的朋友，扫二维码了解一下，是杨锦麟在澳洲的博斯跟大家的分享。我这2天呢，就是在当地的朋友、老同学的培养陆陆续续的做了一些私人定制的旅游。那么昨天呢，到了一个博斯郊外，大概要半个小时路程，有一个私人的动物园吧，看到了很多澳洲的一个当地独特的像袋鼠、袋熊考拉等等的东西，也是开了开自己的眼界漫无边际的走路，漫无边界的游览非常放松。那么这里面有2个节目，一个节目就跟考拉熊近距离的这个接触拍照留念，另外一个呢就是观看它有个动物农庄当然跟1984那个动物农庄不一样。这里面当然有主要的一个栏目一个节目呢，就是牧羊犬把绵羊赶到栏里围栏里，然后呢挑了一只可怜的绵羊，那么由当地的导游和这个表演这个剪羊毛。剪羊毛呢我把它拍了下，一会儿来拍下来，那个拍摄条件不是太好，但是提供大家也看看因为我觉得剪羊毛过程有几个现象让我有一点感觉。以前我对剪羊毛对澳洲唯一深刻的印象还不是考拉什么袋鼠，是一首澳洲的民歌那个旋律我记得在1969年下乡的时候肚子饿的时候很喜欢唱剪羊毛。我记得这个旋律歌词就忘了，后来我看到很多这样的唱歌呢，勾起我们儿时青少年时候的回忆。剪羊毛跟澳洲呢挂在一起，就是这个歌曲给我带来一个深刻的记忆和印象。另外一个剪羊毛呢，我看了以后呢，第一，我觉得虽然所有的在圈里面的这种表演是一种秀来讲，那些绵羊都是乖乖牌在主人的说旨之下的牧羊犬的耀武扬威而且我们看到了不仅是它的训练有素指到哪打到哪首战必胜之类的东西，我看到的是一种驯服，看到的是一种等级以及社会分工的不同。当然所有东西都在人类的操纵之下，包括最后挑选谁来喂小羊羊奶，谁来甩鞭子我相信这些都是一个不太容易做到的一个功夫这当然这个旅游项目他们也是有板有眼的但剪羊毛我看的是想起了另外一个专业的术语，这经济学领域的术语。剪羊毛其实是各个国家的银行家圈子里面一个专业的用语，意思是什么呢？意思是指利用经济繁荣或经济衰退的过程所创造出来的商业机会，以正常价格的1/10合法合理的拥有别人的财产。简单的说，剪羊毛的金融概念中，就是国际金融资本庞大的势力先向某国投入大量的热钱，炒高这个国家的房地产和股市，等泡沫吹大之后再把热钱抽走，因此这个国家的股市房市就会暴跌，就由此引发经济危机，然后这些金融资本势力在极低的价格收购这个国家的核心资产，进而控制这个国家的经济，以达到间接控制这个国家政治的目的。这在96、97年亚洲金融风暴，泰国首当其冲，韩国首当其冲，当然香港也曾经差一点失守，这都是剪羊毛的一个过程。索罗斯巴菲特包括芒格这些过去的这样一个受到发展中国家的指责批评，跟他们这个剪羊毛的娴熟手段是有关。当然他拥有庞大的资金，所以剪羊毛的事儿真的是让我看到的是另外一个区别。所以我想呢，借这个机会把我拍的那段剪羊毛的过程跟大家分享，同时也发表一点这样的感慨。谢谢大家。
Afternoon tea, everybody likes to stop for a break when we're out working all day. But if we're out mustering our sheep, we stop, we have a cup of billy tea. Billy tea is what it's called, only because it's brewed in a billy can. So inside the billy, it doesn't matter what type of tea you throw in, you can call it billy tea anyway. This is full of water, so we need to boil that water first. Get a little fire going, that can go straight into your fire. And that water inside is going to start boiling away, then you can throw in your tea leaves, a big handful straight into the top there. Now the next thing you do, you pick it up very carefully because it's boiling hot, and then we start swinging. So now we're swinging the billy. And this is the famous Australian tradition, swinging the billy, but there is a practical reason why we do it. Swinging that billy around forces those tea leaves from the top. They go down through to the bottom of the billy there, and that's the same force keeping all that water inside. So with your tea leaves at the bottom, when you pour it out, you're actually getting a clean cup of tea with no tea leaves in it. And as you can see, there is no tricks at all. Just in case you were wondering, it's full to the top. So it's pretty easy stuff. What about this one here? At the front, blue shirt, yeah. Come and swing the billy for me. Show everyone how easy it is. So you've got to hold on tight and give it a good old swing all the way around 3 or 4 times. But when you stop, don't stop up here, alright? It's easy, see? Put it the other way, backwards. Good cup of tea. There you go, thank you. Now, did anybody hear the dog barking over here? Yeah, this is Albert. Albert is the judge of the billy swinging. He's the judge, he watches everyone swing the billy every day, and we just saw you doing it, and he said, very good. He's giving me another good job. Alright, so now we just need to move the sheep one more time over here inside our catching pen. That's where we catch the sheep from and bring them out. To shear the sheep out here, so we're going to use 2 dogs now, Albert and Henry. So Henry's our youngest dog. He's going to just turn 1, and Albert's about 3.5 years old. So all I need to do is set the dogs behind the sheep. Are you ready? Around to our voice. You can see there, we'll always start moving motion of the dogs. Good boys. Come in. Sit. Henry, here. So we need to make the dog sit so we can sign them off. So we say, sit, Henry, sit. Henry, sit. So Henry gets signed off. There you go, it's good making us good boys. Alright, shearing the sheep is next. When we shear the sheep, we use the shearing plant. So right there on the end, that's the electric motor that provides all that power. Once I can pull that into gear, it starts driving all the way down through that flexible shaft. And it goes down to this tool on the bottom. And the handpiece, this is called. There's 2 separate blades in a handpiece. A fixed blade called a comb there on the bottom. That combs through the wool on top. There's a smaller blade, the top one's called the cutter. That little cutter goes back and forth really, really fast, cutting all the wool off. So it's fast, it's sharp, it's noisy. Still very dangerous. But this is the modern way we shear the sheep. It's the easier way. A long time ago, it wasn't quite as easy. It all had to be done by hand, so they used the shears. 100 years ago, when these were used, and at that time, we actually had around 70 million sheep in Australia. So with these, you'd shear for 10 hours a day. You'd shear maybe 70 to 80 sheep each per day. But today, 150 up to 200 sheep. So it's much easier these days for the shearers. But then this was invented to make it a little bit easier. This was actually invented by a shearer. And he had a very bad back. He couldn't shear sheep anymore. How do you think he gets a bad back in the first place? From shearing sheep, bending over. So what's this for then? Does anyone know? Are we putting the sheep in here? No, it's for me. So the shearer jumps in. When we're up and down shearing all day, the springs up the top, and that actually support half of my weight. And that takes a lot of strain from off my back there. Alright, I'm going to grab a sheep out now. and show you how we shear it. So Lee will be explaining what's happening as I'm shearing one of these sheep.
So when the shearer catches the sheep, the first thing he does is he turns it upside down very quickly. This gets the sheep off its legs, and that way it's completely under control and it can't get away. Now the shearer starts the shearing by removing the belly ball. And the belly ball, once it's been removed, is kept separate from the rest of the ball. This is because the belly ball needs different processing to other balls. So the sheep lays down where its belly which picks up a lot of rubbish from the ground. Mainly vegetable matter such as grass seeds and birds and pickles. These are really hard to release from the ball. Now, in a commercial shearing tent, there will be more than just one shearer, usually 4 or 5 working together, and we call them a team of shearers. They'll start work at 7:30 in the morning, work for 2 hours, have a break and a cup of tea, work for another 2 hours, and so on for an 8-hour day. So we're up on 3 heads now, and when the shearer sees the sheep's head, he must be very careful around the eyes and ears. Now the neck is the most difficult part of the sheep to shear, and as you see, the handpiece goes underneath the wool, and the shearer has to feel through the skin before opening out the wool to see where it's going. In Australia, we shear mainly merino sheep, that's the breeding sheep. Merinos are very wrinkly and have lots of loose skins all over their bodies, but mainly around the neck. So you might like to think of shearing as having a haircut, and when you get your haircut, it doesn't hurt. You just leave them tidy for a while, but as your hair continually grows, before long, you need to have it cut again. And it's the same with the sheep, except we only shear the sheep once a year. Now this part of the shearing is called the long blow, a blow being a stroke of the handpiece. The long blow is the longest blow a shearer can do on a sheep. From one end of the sheep to the other, so he can remove the lot of wool very quickly when he does the long blow. Now a typical sheep farm in Australia will have about 5,000 sheep, and teams of shearers will travel around from one farm to another. Once they get to a farm, they will stay there until all the sheep are shorn, and then the team will move on to the next farm. The last part of the sheep is called the whipping side, and it's called that because it's the faster side to shear. Having already removed most of the wool, all the shearer has to do now is to rip down the last side very quickly so he can finish that sheep, put out another one, and shear as many as he can in a day. A shearer will be paid about $4 for every sheep they shear. It may not sound like very much, but when you consider that they can shear up to 200 sheep in one day, they are earning quite a bit of money. And there we have a lovely clean shorn sheep, all up right. Let's give him a clap.
Right. So inside the wool of the sheep here, there is a grease, a natural grease called lanolin. So you may have all heard of lanolin before. A lot of ladies' cosmetics and skincare products, they're made from lanolin. It's very good for our skin, but it's also good for the sheep. So right now, as soon as we shear the sheep, they're producing a large amount of this lanolin that covers their body, and that actually protects them from the weather. It's keeping them dry and warm. So now, the sheep, they can go back outside straight after they've been shorn at any time of the year, even in the middle of winter, and the sheep don't suffer at all. They stay dry and warm. Just giving her a quick rub here all over that freshly cut wool, and you might be able to see some of that lanolin there shining through your hands. After the show, everyone's welcome to come over here, rub the sheep, rub your hands all over your face, and you'll have nice soft skin. You'll smell terrible, but you will have nice soft skin. She's all done. There she goes. And we're left here with a pile of wool called a fleece. So this is a fleece of wool, and inside a shearing shed we have workers called roustabouts. One of the roustabouts will pick up the fleece like this and throw it onto a wool table. But we don't have a wool table here, so I'll just spread this one out to the floor for us, just so you can see it a little bit better. Oh. What you'll see there is a technique of shearing. It gets the wool off joined together, so it stays in one piece like a ruck. But the reason why we do it like this is because now all that short wool from under the forelegs of the sheep comes straight out to the edges. And we need to remove that wool. So this process, this is called skirting the fleece. So we're just working along the edge there. This is the back legs. Remove that dirty wool up to the front. And also some of the short wool there from the top of the head. But all we're doing is just improving the value of the fleece. As all the dirty pieces, the short bits, they're all less valuable than the main fleece wool. And then we call these pieces, pieces. That's what they're called. But here in Australia, we've got some of the best quality, some of the finest wool in the world. So a fleece like this, that's going to get made into men's suits, ladies' jackets, evening dresses, all the expensive stuff. And right there is about 5 kilos of wool. 5 kilos is enough wool to make 3 complete men's suits. All from this 3 suits. Now that's going to cost you quite a lot, well over $1,000 to buy 3 suits. $40 is what this fleece is worth. $40 is what the farmer gets for a fleece of wool like that. Into the wool press next. Now in here we're going to actually fit 40 to 50 fleeces. As it fills up, with this machine we'll press that wool in. You squash it into a bale of wool just like you see over here, and then most of Australia's wool gets exported, so it goes to many different countries. But does anyone know the main country that we send our wool to? Where do you think? China, it is. Most of it goes to China first. So the bellies and the pieces, they get made into our woolly socks, woolly jumpers, blankets for the bed. And these little bits, these are called locks. And locks will get mixed together